September 14th. I'm here in Central Florida, and I wanted to go ahead and get my fall garden planted starting the 15th to the end of the month and beyond. And so I'm in the garden, and I need to check out and see what type of work I got to do, because I've been busy planting banana plants, preparing hugelkultur beds, and getting trailer loads of manure and mulch and compost, and planting fruit trees and a host of other stuff. So with that said, I need to check out and see what kind of work I got to start doing in the next couple days to get everything planted. So I have plants in the house under LED lights. It's time for me to start moving them onto the porch to harden up. And as that's taking place, I have to do some stuff over here. So let me see what I need to do. Okay, so these are my beds. Got a couple little weeds here and there. I've been on top of it pulling them out. So I went ahead and put down all new mulch at the end of my season, and I went ahead and put down some new compost, that's sheep manure over horse manure. So I'm going to turn that over a little bit better, and so everything's kind of looking good. I'm going to check out all my irrigation. I'm going to remove all the piping, all this piping I had up last time. Now I have new piping overhead for my shade cloth. I got some eggplants that are overgrown. They were cut to the ground. They came back. So I'm going to go ahead and pull off the overripe ones, tie them up, and I got plenty of nice ripe ones on there. Now this bed, last time I was in here trimming, I must have passed this one up, so I got to get in here and do a little weeding. And you can kind of see I got eggplants coming in right here, and I got eggplants on my vines over here. Look at all those eggplants down in there. Okay, so these beds are looking good. I just got a little bit of weeding to do, but a lot of these weeds like this I already pulled. They're just laying there. I usually throw them around and let the sun do away with them. Gonna go ahead and redo my honeybee water over here, pull everything out, clean it up. I got a lot of eggplants coming in, as you can see. I got white and I got green. They're overgrown, so I got to go ahead and trim them up. You can kind of see, hey, look at this little critter over here saying hi. Hello. So all these kind of fell down a little bit, so I'm going to prop them up. I got some purple ping tong over there. And so I think I'm going to start propping those up. Got honeybees flying around. All my culverts are still empty, doing good. And all these here fell down, so I got to put them up. And as you can see, the fruit weighing them down, they're way over my head, and I just broke this branch, so I'm going to have to be real careful. So I'm going to go ahead and pick these right here. Time to eat them. Okay, so that's what I got going on in the garden. It's going to take a couple days worth of work, but I definitely want to get those eggplants up. Okay, trying to be creative and do a DIY project to see how I could go ahead and make a trellis to hold up those eggplants. I got a bunch of bamboo over here that I could use. Not sure if I want to use that, but I do have that option. I have a nice ladder over here that I could use. That looks like it might work on one end. Gotta love scrap piles. I got a bunch of pipes over here. I could probably use that as a post going up. Hey, one man's junk pile. You know how that saying goes. I love it. I save it and I always use stuff. And I got other pipes and fencing and stuff over here. I don't think they're long enough. And I think I got some fiberglass ladders over here by my horse manure. So let me go over there and see what that looks like. Okay, I'm over here on my horse manure pile, and I got some fiberglass ladders that I could use. I'm gonna have to measure and see how long they are. That might work. Anyways, if I want to do a DIY project and I want to be frugal about something, don't want to go to the store and buy some 4x4s, because 4x4s right now are about $30 each. Wow. And they're normally, you know, about $15, $10. With these times, it's great to be frugal and be a good DIY guy. So with that said, let me get my tractor and start moving some stuff and see how it works out. Okay, walked all over the yard, looked at my scrap piles, and the only thing that seemed to look like it would work good, I got stuff under my feet here, is a fiberglass ladder with hooks on this end to hook onto the trellis. And I could go ahead and utilize this long pipe. I got to use a post hole digger to get it in the ground so it'll be up high enough. And on the outside of it, or the top side of it, I have a T which should work great for holding up the ladder. This T right here will slide in the pipe like that, and the ladder should attach to the top of that. Everything else that I got is a little too short and a little flimsy, so let me get at it and see how this works out. Of course, that solves this problem. It doesn't solve that one over there. I might just keep that one shorter, who knows. Okay, dug a hole with my post hole digger, and the first pipe is a little bit too tall, so I got myself a shorter pipe. It looks like that may just work out. So with that said, let me see how it works. Okay, as usual, it's getting hot fast, but what I went ahead and did was, I'm going to put that up one more higher like that. I got my bamboo. I got a long one that extends way on out. I may have to turn it the other way. And I went ahead and I put this post in the ground. And the post comes up with a T on it, like that. So that's nice and sturdy, and it's nice and level. And utilizing my trellis over here, I could tie it off. And I think that's going to work out really well. So let me go ahead and fix that up and tie these up and see how it works. And I'm going to do the same thing for this side. I got another pole, and I got more of the bamboo, if I could survive later. Okay, so what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to drill a hole here so I could tie it off with a piece of wire so it don't slide, and then get to that side. Okay. That looks like it's going to work out good. Okay, in one of my other videos I showed that I went ahead and picked up some galvanized wire, because I always find a use for it around here. Well, it paid off. I got a brand new roll, and I'm going to utilize it. Nice and sturdy. I'm going to go ahead and put it through. Okay, that'll hold it in place, and so I could do that end. Okay, so that's up there. So now, okay, so the first one's always the hardest because you don't know what you're doing and you don't know the measurements. But right after I get this done, the other side's going to be a lot easier. But for now, I know I want it to go to there, but I don't know if I want it to extend out a little bit because I'm going to do something on that side. So I'm going to go on that side and cut it longer. I could always tie it up to this for now, or just let it hang, and I could always cut it up shorter later. Okay, so I think I'll cut it right here because this is where there's going to be another bed right here. I just want my tractor to go by, so this looks pretty good right here. And since this is bamboo, on this side is hollow. Right here is solid, on this side's hollow, so I'm going to cut on this side, right here. See right there, solid? See, that's the hollow side right here of bamboo. Bamboo always has a hollow side, and you can tell where the solid piece is. So I made that solid so water don't get in and critters don't get in. Okay, let me go ahead and try to string up my eggplants and see how that goes before I do the other side. Okay, so I got that up. Gonna utilize it as an arch. Now I gotta start stringing these up one by one without damaging them. So, let me start on this side maybe. See how it works out. Boy, these are really top heavy. Okay, definitely challenging because I don't want to break anything off, but it's looking good. Okay, let me go ahead and complete it and I'll just show you the finished project. It's going to take a while. Okay, that sun is baking on me. It's getting hot, but I went ahead and tied up a good amount over here. I still got the end to do, and I still have the other side over here to do. Got to trim all that up. So basically there's two sides to this that you got to go ahead and tie up. So I went ahead and I had to trim off branches, lost some eggplants, but as you can tell, there's tons and tons and tons of eggplants on there right now. No, there's tons over here holding it down. No, same thing over here, bunches and bunches. Same thing throughout the whole thing. There's a lot on there, and there's some that's overripe. So I just have to take my time, and plus I got the pollinators over here buzzing around me. So far so good. They're just collecting their honey and leaving me alone. So I'm gonna go inside and cool off and drink some water, get hydrated, and I'll come back out here and finish. Anyway, I got that to do. I got this whole side to do. This here, I left the trellis, so I'll be able to pull them up onto the trellis. But look how bushy that got, way out here. Same thing with that one. Amazing how big eggplants get. These here, as you can tell, they're over my head, which is a good thing. They'll probably even get higher. I'll top them off and let them get bushier as the season progresses in the fall, because that's what I want. I want a fall crop. Right now I'm picking some, I'm eating them, I'm giving some away, but this fall they're going to go ahead and have probably 2 to 3 times as many eggplants on them as they do now. And right now there's probably over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, there's probably 75 or more on that one plant right there, which is killer. So that's why I'm going ahead and tying them up. Now these over here, if you look at my previous videos, I cut them all the way down to there and they came back. So sometimes it's good to trim them up like that, because now they'll shoot out a little bushier as well. Okay, so I'm back at it first thing in the morning. It was too hot the other day. It's hot right now, but I have both sides. I have this side of my eggplants, and if I walk around to this side over here, I have this side up. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, so I went ahead and connected the bamboo over there, went all the way down. It's a thick bamboo branch and it's holding up pretty good. It may warp over time. And I went ahead and tied these up over here the best I could, and as you can see, there's a lot of eggplants up on there, so they were weighing it down. So I went ahead and trimmed off all the bad ones and some leaves. Came around this side, trimmed up, or I trimmed up more bad ones, overripe ones, and some leaves. And I got them all tied up. But you could probably see that I have a couple eggplants that are ready to pick. Look down up in there. I don't know if you can see how many are in there, but it's enough to feed me and my neighbors here for a little bit. Plus there's a lot of blossoms, and those blossoms are going to also turn into eggplants. So not only do I have a lot on there right now, but I'm going to have a lot more pretty soon. And I think that's going to last all the way through the winter to next spring. So I'm glad I got this one done. It looks pretty good. Everything's tied up nicely, and I'm happy with that. Now I'm gonna have to come over here and do the same thing. I have pipe and bamboo to do that one, and I'm gonna have to come over here and do the same thing with this one, except this one I could just tie up to the trellis that's in place. But look how bushy this one is. Wow. So I think what I'll do with this one is go ahead and put a trellis on this side and sandwich it in, and then that one I'll tie up. Okay, so when you're dealing with live plants that grow, and then they grow all kinds of branches, you just have to go ahead and improvise. Use what you have around you to go ahead and see what works best. In this case, I tied them up. And once all these are done and I go ahead and take these out of the ground, maybe I'll keep what I got. Maybe I'll do something a little different. But I'm happy with this right now. So anyways, there you go. That's how I went ahead and did a DIY of what I had around the yard. Added some poles, added some bamboo, tied them up, trimmed them up, solved my problem, got them up off of the ground, and now there's air going in between. So all I gotta do now is enjoy. So with that said, till next time, later.